Hello, welcome to Quackalope. Thank you for joining me. Today we are, this is like the fourth video you've seen where I've said I'm in a new location. And it turns out I'm always in a new location. We are at the Gamer Ranch. We have a group of 15, 20 industry friends here. If you couldn't make it, give or take, hanging out, playing some games, taking a weekend to explore this place.
Yeah.
And genuinely, the Gamer Ranch is pretty cool.
It's been awesome. It's really cool. Just building, surroundings, all kinds of fun stuff.
Shira, Jan, and the Funkhousers are in the other room doing karaoke at the moment. So if you hear a echo or din of music seeping into this video, that's just them singing their precious little hearts out.
Just having fun.
But AJ and I decided we'd sit down and unbox Tsuzumi.
Tsukuyumi?
Yeah. Full Moon Down is going to be the name of this, by Gray Fox Games. This is a game that I know it has a bit of area control.
Yep.
It's one that is on my radar. This is not my copy. This is actually, the Gamer Ranch has over 2,000 titles that you can see on shelves behind us, and I figured I'd open up their newest thing that came in so that we can potentially give it a play tomorrow. I did tell them to wait to allow me to, pull it out of the box. And you teach 4th graders.
I do teach 4th
So
graders.
I figured you'd be the perfect guest on an unboxing video, especially with sharp, deadly objects.
Why not?
Not only that, but you also do a variety of different work for different groups and people and publishers in the industry. Specifically, you've been doing a lot of work lately with Elf Creek Games.
Yep.
You brought and taught us all Merchants of the Dark Road.
I did.
Which, I don't know when the videos are coming out, but I believe the first time you, the audience, will be seeing new content on Merchants. Yeah, it's going to be filmed right here on this table.
There you go.
That being said, shall we start poking holes in things?
Let's do it.
You want the honors?
Okay.
Okay, let's start with the big box here.
Just right through the top?
I think that's how this works.
that's
It's
how you do
not
it.
my copy, so honestly... Okay, I already like the artwork.
It is. It is nice artwork.
I like the aesthetic of it. I'm expecting decent quality miniatures.
I know almost nothing about the game itself, though.
Question is, do you know how to use a knife?
I don't. Why won't this
So, go in the seam.
There we go.
Yeah,
I think I
that's
went
the
right through
start.
the box.
Yeah. I heard a bit of crunching.
Oh, that's all right.
He'll send you invoice for it.
That's right. Send it my way. All right, here we go.
Do you enjoy unboxing games?
I do. I do.
Because for me, it's actually kind of the fun.
It is part of the fun.
Although you're going to hate it when I
I'm
find flavor text.
struggling with this one, though.
You always do on camera. Always do on camera. So, let's see here. I think that flavor text is probably going to be inside, so let's go ahead and start pulling off the bridge. I like the art aesthetic so far. I like the cover.
There you go.
Alright, I'm going to start hunting for repositioning your miniatures. So you may find that a few of your new miniatures have become slightly bent on their way to you. This is nothing to worry about. You can soften them a little bit with hot water, and that's actually nice. I don't know if I like the admittance that miniatures get bent, but they do. And so the acknowledgement that it really is a fixable thing, especially with long staves and stuff like that.
I think for people who could be new to the hobby,
who don't know how to do it,
this could be useful.
Yeah, I think that's 100% fair. If you want to start pulling stuff out, I'm gonna find a bit of flavor text here.
Cards. Always have cards.
The world. The world has not been the same since the moon landed on Earth and revealed its very core. It's like it's sharing its experiences and heart with people. I didn't know it was that type of game. It's like a new love letter.
It's touching.
Deep in the Sateline's rocky heart lies the white dragon TSUKUYUMI. Once a powerful deity. Before his brothers and sisters banished him to the eternal night millennia ago, back on Earth after his long exile, he's bent on recapturing what was taken from him. But his return has plunged the world into chaos. Continents have shattered, animals and plants have disappeared from the face of the planet, and humanity has all been but wiped out. A deep rift runs from Asia to Europe and North America to the former Pacific Ocean, which has turned into a wretched puddle due to the upheaval of the land masses. I like that. North America, wretched puddle. From the marshy bottom of the former sea, Tsukuyumi commands his army of Oni, a host of deadly warriors who will help him establish his new reign. They prey on the last remaining survivors of the old world and the new beings that have emerged since Tsukuyumi's climactic return. Highly evolved creatures, human-machine hybrids, and dragon beings that arose from the molten lava of the Earth's mantle, the scattered human populations have mobilized their last reserves, and while some are equipped with advanced battlesuits, others enter battle flanked by wild beasts. A fierce battle for supremacy in this new world has begun, and the battle cry is, everyone against everyone, but everyone against Tsukuzumi. I like it. This is compelling. So what I'm getting from that flavor text so far is not only like a really interesting, kind of captivating theme, but also the idea of us warring against each other while a greater threat still exists sort of on the surface here.
So we're on punch board 10 already.
Okay, you've been filtering through. So what are you discovering with the punch boards here? We'll pull these miniatures out in just a moment.
Lots of big tiles. I mean, that's the first thing.
Chunky tiles.
Every one of these has nice big tiles.
Cardboard quality. Oh, it looks like you can do some terrain destruction. Now, normally in our unboxing videos, I actually know enough about the games to fully talk about them. I like that approach. This time I figured we'd just dive in.
Yeah.
I'm seeing that you can actually do some like lay waste to different land zones and regions, split the Earth's mantle a little bit. Punchboard, let's see here. Not terrible, actually. It's a little bit... It's not quite as chunky as I'd like.
It's good, though.
But it's not bad.
It's not bad. Not bad.
It's not bad. It's like right in between, where I'm happy with it, but I want better.
Sure.
I want textured almost.
Textured, yeah.
But if it was
different
but
coating,
if it was thinner, I'd be disappointed, right?
Right. I think every one of these has 5 or so tiles on it. Again,
Giant mantle.
Here we go.
This is pretty cool. Like specific regions, the West, USS Nomads. That must be starting zones for some characters.
Possibly. Boera.
Cool.
There you go.
All right, so I'm gonna not punch all of these out though. I'm gonna put this one back in its save position. I'll let someone else punch the game. I just wanted to open it.
Oh, for sure.
That's the right strategy, I think. So squeezing that in, squeezing that on top.
Set those over here.
And you also pulled some player boards and cards.
We did.
So we have Cyber Samurai, Dark Seed. I immediately want to play as the Dark Seed. Boarlords, Nomads, and then our general player aids here. This is really cool. So right now, the fact that you're running factions of humans, boarfolk, insect creatures, and then of course the cybernoid kind of human mech hybrids. Yeah, I am very, very interested. So up top here, okay.
Real quick, we just got some more
mini references and stuff.
References. Looks like health and data there.
Looks like you can probably each of your minis can be a certain scale, and as you start leveling up, you're going to be going from card to card.
Yeah.
That'd be my assumption. So here's going to be. Come here, you. Here's going to be our insect hybrids. Okay, we've got some dung beetles, big old carapaces. We have some little flying, it looks like mosquito-like creatures.
Yeah.
Big old, whatever those creepy, distorted things
I don't know what the name is, but...
Scorpions.
Yeah.
Praying mantises. I like the insect faction. The insect faction makes me really want this game. I don't even know anything about it yet. What do you think of the minis so far? They look pretty nice.
Yeah, they're a tad smaller than I anticipated, but
I think we might find some larger ones.
Yeah.
I'm kind of anticipating some of the other boxes we have here are going to scale them up a bit. The boarfolk are really cool. I like them. So here's some of these things that might have some split pieces on them.
Right.
Depending, like this, a little bit bendy there, but that's like a long thin stave. I'm sort of expecting those to come a bit
right. Those are probably the most
wobbly.
common parts. The
minis they feel solid, and they're like these boarfolk. There's enough detail in here. I could get in nice detail. I think they're really well done.
Yeah, they could be painted well, or you could do what I see a lot of people do in bigger games like this is the shade, where you just shade and get the details at the top.
I think they look nice. Okay.
All right.
Let's start seeing what else we have. Not as much in the base game as I think I expected, although it's a lot of minis.
It is. I think these ones side by side.
Yeah, that pops in there.
Throw the
all those back on top.
Quick.
And let's see what we have in the Kickstarter Extras exclusives, bits and pieces.
We got a few boxes and a little packet of.
Okay, so those are going to be correction tiles.
This looks like maybe an errata pack of.
Yeah, what I assume is they got the production, like the first production samples back, immediately saw that there were a few errors, and issued a update reprint pack. Pretty common, especially when it comes to large box games like this. Looks like we have a faction expansion here with the pandas, and then after the Moonfall expansion. Let's start with a white box.
White box. We
A
got an
mysterious
unmarked
white box. We have no idea what's inside of it. It might not even be related to the game.
It is.
It is, however, though. Looks like we have some additional mechs, some additional characters. I like.
This is a bigger one.
Get a feeling of this guy.
Oh yeah, that's got a little
Bit of heft there.
heft, chunkiness.
What are these in here? Ooh, these look like resource and token upgrades and markers. So these are going to be the Kickstarter like exclusives and extras and bits and pieces.
Yep. That's what I'm guessing here as well. Kickstarter stuff.
This just bumps your game up to another notch.
Is that all we got there? Yeah,
Who is this adorable guy? Hello, tiny little mech droid.
All right.
Cool.
More cards.
I'm really liking how this is looking so far.
Tile.
I like the Defiler. Okay, alright, let's get into some of these expansions.
We'll go this little guy first.
So this is going to be the 5th player expansion. Did you go backwards with the knife that time?
I think I did.
Okay.
You know,
We're just gonna 4th grade.
I don't teach knife handling
That's
skills.
true.
There we
All
go.
right, Sentinels Expansion. I still think the insects are going to be my favorite, but you got a favorite so far?
You know, probably would have said the insects as well, but I think it might be these now.
Okay. This expansion can only be played with the base game. From the deep jade forest comes the Sentinel Guardians, who've protected the Earth from Oni since the ancient times. Whenever the Oni show up, so do the Panda Warriors. Sentinel Expansion brings a new faction of Sentinels into play who will win the game immediately when there are no more Oni on the field. Ooh, sounds like asymmetric win conditions. I like that. The Sentinels are changing the game a lot, and the players have to develop completely new strategies to adopt to this faction.
So you got like
nice artwork.
Panda-looking creatures, and you got one riding a tiger there. That's pretty cool.
I mean, we have a badass panda with a gun.
Yeah.
That's about all I need to say.
There you go.
And for the record, I can hear the music behind us. I'm not sure if you can, but it sounds good.
That's not too loud. Not too loud.
No.
Got them there again.
I really like the artwork here. I almost am sad that I don't see the artwork in more areas.
Sure,
Like here, with these cards, I understand it probably translates easier to see them with the minis all displayed, but I kind of really wish it was artwork reused, or on the cards. Like, so far, all these cards are sort of blank. They're not covered in this beautiful aesthetic.
Do have some tokens here, but again, not sure what they're for.
Yeah. It might just integrate with the base game. There's a chance the base game has like the option to use both.
All right.
Cool. And let's check out After the Moonfall.
After the Moonfall.
And I'm kind of curious, is there faction flavor text? Yes. Okay, at the very end of this, we're going to go through, and I'm going to have you read at least one of these faction flavor texts, because...
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so those purple beasts we got were legendary Oni,
Okay.
which are going to be the creatures that I believe we are fighting against throughout the course of the game.
So let's see. The base game says 2 to 4 players.
Yep, that
This
should be
says 3 to 6.
interesting.
This one says 2 to 6. A little bit of...
So that expansion adds a player, but I don't know how it adds 2 players.
And it increases the minimum player count for some reason. So that's... Curious to see what it does there.
They have a win condition that requires the Oni to be destroyed. And so there's a chance that maybe you have to have an Oni player, you need another faction, and you have to be playing them.
Could be. Could be.
Let's see.
Let's finish this
After
off.
the Moonfall. You gonna give this a read on the back just so we know what's going on here?
Alright. So this one is only playable
In
with the
your
base
most
game.
thematic voice, please.
After the moon fell...
As if we were a class of fourth
to
graders.
the earth.
Oh, after the moon fell to the earth.
A fierce battle for supremacy over Tsukuyumi's new world broke out. His influence changed people and animals alike, created new beings, and called on ancient long forgotten creatures. Mighty beasts are now walking on the plains which the Pacific once flowed. Giant mechs do battle with the Oni, leaving destruction in their wake. The battle for supremacy continues.
So this one is clearly going to be adding factions, which is why it has that variable scale. All right. Off to the side, we've got the codex here. We've got more tiles. I don't hate the tiles. I also don't love them. I'm not entirely sold. We have a whole comic book here.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty cool. That's neat.
A little story with it.
Children of the Lion. Cool.
Okay. We got our punch board again.
Oh, look, too. Look at these scenarios. Look at how variable the map is. I actually like that quite a bit. I like the maps being so twisted.
They're different.
Like they're really playing with setup instead of having a standard sort of approach. So these are going to be what we've seen already and expected. And like the radioactive zones, the artwork on these is incredible. It just doesn't feel like it translates to everywhere.
Yeah. Some of them are pretty simple in terms of what's on them.
Yeah. I'll have to see how it looks when it's all set up on the table. 2 new factions, it looks like, or 2 new factions. We have Children of the Lion, which are going to be, looks like nomadic tribes, looks like kind of hailing out of Africa. We have some lions, we have some tusked lions, which are really awesome. And then Kampfruge 03, which are just mechs.
Yeah.
They're just straight up like a bunch of nerds who are like, let's put our computer systems together and figure out what we can do. So, these are going to be the Oni again.
Yep.
These purple ones are going to be the creatures that we are facing against. And yeah, here we have some of these souped up mechs.
So already one thing I noticed, the mechs are pretty limited in their minis.
Not a ton, but remember in the Kickstarter expansion we had a few extra mechs as well.
Ones.
There's not a lot though, you're right. I wonder how this is going to play out, because it seems like some factions are going to be really domineering, really take a lot of territory, and other ones are just going to be wiping the floor. And if we have asymmetric win conditions, that actually might make a really compelling game, because what you're working for may just inhibit what I'm working for. It might not actually be the same course. Where's this tiger? Yeah, there we are.
Yak.
Is this a giraffe creature? Yeah, it is. It's a horn-tusked, it's a very sad-looking giraffe.
There are some human-like characters still.
Okay. First impressions, what do you think? Are you intrigued? Do you want to play? Are you not really sold yet?
So, not knowing anything and just looking at it, I'm intrigued by the art, the idea behind it, and some of the quick lore and whatnot we dug into. I will admit, like, when it was on Kickstarter and stuff, I guess it didn't catch me at the time, but I'm always willing to give something a shot, and I would give this a shot. So
it seems like a neat area control. Here's what I'm looking for, because area control for me is always a genre that requires something different to be compelling. It can't just be straight area control. And if what my instinct is saying right now, that we might be getting some really cool experimental maps with the way that those projections were, with like weird branched off pathways or big grid patterns, combined with some degree of variable or asymmetric player powers and win conditions, that might be enough to pull this in and have this be something new for me. I really want to play it. I want to play that bug faction so badly.
I might switch to the mechs now.
Yeah?
Yeah. I just like the idea of robots and mechanized, not creatures, but...
No, I get you. Cool. Either way, let us know your thoughts. This has been a little bit of a helter-skelter unboxing video of a game that I know a bit about, but not enough to speak confidently about.
Right.
Thanks for joining me.
No problem.
Let us know if you want to see coverage on this. I am perfectly happy to getting this to the table, playing it, letting you know our initial thoughts, but only if you've watched to this point and you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, or leave a comment down below letting us know that you want it. Because if only 4 people respond, I'm going to go back to Splendor.
Sure.
We'll see you next time. Thanks so much.